Hello and welcome back to Minemage, back in the Thaumcraft house and ready to go, showing off Thaumcraft, but of course. Now in this episode we're going to show off a couple of new focuses that I've made. I'm going to show you a good way of organizing all those focuses that you're going to be having filling up your inventory, and we're going to do an intro to Golemancy. Do a little bit of automatic farming with the little golems from Thaumcraft. Alright, well let's get right into it. Alright, now as I did explain before, I was planning on turning all of this area here into stone, well, to living stone, using Botania. Unfortunately, where I had to move Botania later around, I wasn't able to quite finish it. Luckily, I happen to have a wand cap that will help me with that, known as Equal Trade. What it allows me to do is, whenever I happen to click on an item, let me see here. So I've got dirt in my inventory right now, so I will walk over and just place ourselves a bit of dirt, and I'll right click that, or shift right click, there we go, and that'll set, you see in the top left corner, the item is changed to dirt rather than the wand cap itself, so that'll set what it's going to change to out of my inventory. Then I just walk over to something and right click it, beautiful, and it puts all that cobblestone in my inventory. Now I didn't use all of the dirt up at once, I've still got 38 pieces, so I can always do it again. See, it doesn't even uproot flowers whenever it does it. It's pretty cool, actually. I got one bit of dirt left, so we'll just pop that right there. And yeah, that's the wand focus for Equal Trade. I generally use these whenever I go to the Nether to get Nether quartz or glowstone dust. You know, stuff that's usually up in the ceilings that's hard to get a hold of. I can just pop that thing in. It throws everything right into my own inventory. So it's a good little useful tool. Now the other tool that I created is known as the excavation focus, and it does pretty much exactly like what you think it would. It digs. And it digs pretty quickly. Now it will dig a little bit slower using the iron-capped wooden wand. I can show off here real quick. See, it's not... Actually, no, it is about the same speed. Either way, better wands will make it go just a slight amount faster. And you'll eventually use that focus for much better things. But for now, I mean, it's just a pretty cool focus. So now we've got 4 different focuses, and yeah, they are kind of taking up room in my inventory. I mean, that's 4 whole slots that I can't use anymore. So what we're gonna do, look, there's another ender minion. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this thing called a focus pouch, and as soon as I get up into my house, I will show you in my thaumaturgy under artifice, maybe? No, it's under thaumaturgy because this is a wand thing. So the focus pouch, this is bought research. You don't have to do a little note. There we go. And all it takes is a mundane belt, some leather, and a gold ingot. Now in case you're not aware of the mundane belts, you can find these in treasure chests, but you can also make them. I think the recipe, yeah, it's just a little bit of leather and a gold. So not too bad. Let's get out my leather here, and a gold ingot. Right? Uh-oh. Okay, so we've got our gold ingot. Now let's go over to our arcane crafting table. Throw in the gold, throw in the leather, put in the belt, and there we have it. Oh, of course, we got to infuse a little bit of magic. There we go, 1 focus pouch. Now this works the same way as any standard pouch would. You right click on it in your inventory, throw your focuses in, and it's got quite a big space for focuses, but you can also end up upgrading this later on to, I think, what's called a bottomless pouch. Though it does have a limit, it can hold quite a few of these focuses, pretty much more than every one of them in the game. Just in case you wanted to make multiple focuses, as you can enchant these to be better, like cost less and be more effective. Pretty good stuff. So we've got our focus pouch. I have shown off my focuses. Let's move on to our intro to Golemancy. Golemancy. Large and arcane art. So what I've done here is I've gone ahead and researched for the straw golems, which has unlocked all of this different stuff here. I've also done the research for the golem core of harvest, but this one's automatically unlocked, as well as the golemancer's bell. You use this bell to allow you to control the golems and tell them where you want them to go, what kind of inventories you want them to interact with, or what kind of things you want them to do. These upgrades give them the ability to do specific things, making them stronger, faster, making their attacks deal fire damage, pay attention more, you know, stuff like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to wood golems. or even clay golems. Now let's do wood golems. Okay, so Humanus, Motus, and Spiritus. Now, the reason I'm doing wood golems is that they have a slightly higher durability than straw golems, and they're a little bit stronger. They have a higher carry limit as well, as you can see using the specs on the left side, or well, currently on the right side for the straw ones. Their carry limit is 1, and they only have 1 available upgrade. So I'm just doing a slightly more advanced one to start with. So we need 4 Humanus, 4 Motus, and 4 Spiritus in a Crucible. Okay. So now, what we need to discern is where do we get the Humanus, Motus, and Spiritus? Well, there's all kinds of different places, and if you've been scanning with your thaumameter, you'll know actually quite a few of those places, because, as you see there's zombie heads will give me Spiritus. They'll also give me a little more extra junk, but nonetheless, that Spiritus is going to come in handy. So we'll go ahead and pop off a couple of those, and we'll be melting these down in the Crucible. Now, how am I going to get Motus? Well, luckily, just in case I didn't remember what makes what, I can always look in my Thaumanomicon at the aspects of magic, and this will tell me by highlighting over the particular item what is in it. So I just scroll over to Motus here, and a door. I scanned a door. A door has Motus in it. Let's see just how much. Okay, 1. Not too much, especially with the arbor that's coming out of it. Here is an idea. Let's think of something else that moves. How about, say, a minecart? Let's see what a minecart would have in it. Alright, throw that on the ground there. Aha, so now see, this one contains iter. So that's not actually going to be useful to me. But it's a good thing to know that that contains iter, because I will need that later on. So I guess for now, let's just stick with the fact that doors make Motus, and we'll just use doors. Let me go grab some wood and make some doors. Now, the other thing that we needed was Humanus. And as far as I'm aware, the only way to get Humanus is by using certain kinds of, I think, zombie flesh, perhaps? Let me see here. Aha, zombies' brains, yes. Which the green ones, I believe, in my texture pack, they're called zombie brains, but if I'm not mistaken, it's zombie flesh in regular Minecraft. And these contain, yep, I'm not sure what the pig one, the one that looks like a ham bone is called, but I know the other one has Humanus. This zombie brain from Thaumcraft, let's see what it has in it. Now see, that one just has Cognitio and Velatus and a couple other things. So we're going to use these zombie brains, these zombie heads, and some doors. Very odd combination of things to combine, but, you know, to each their own. Now I'm going to make myself some doors, and I'll show you all just how to melt this stuff down in one moment. Alright, so we're at our Crucible, we're ready to start melting things down, making the stuff that we need. So what we're going to go ahead and do is toss in 2 zombie heads. And we see we've got the 8 Spiritus that we need, because we're going to be making 2 of these golems. Now the zombie brains have each 1 Humanus in them, so we're going to need to toss in 8 of those. There we go. And the doors each have 1 Motus, so we're going to need to throw in 8 doors as well. Just melting a door, throwing a door to cauldron. Fun shite. Alright, now you see this cauldron's actually pretty full up, but it's got everything in it that I need. So what we're going to do now is we're going to toss in a couple of great wood logs, because these are the catalysts that will turn the logs into golems. 1, 2, there we go. So we got ourselves 2 wooden golems. A little bit of Golemancy for you. Pretty fun stuff. Make sure you never accidentally cue anything near this, because this cauldron will melt down everything. Anything you throw in there. A wand, a focus pouch. If it can melt it, it will melt it. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing it can't melt. Alright, so we've got 2 wooden golems. But these things aren't going to run on their own. I can set one here. And I can set one here. And they just look like depressed hobbits. They're not going to do anything, because they don't have what's known as a Golemancer's core. Now, in order to make a Golemy core, we're going to need bricks and niter. Now, niter is a more specific and attuned version of Elementum. It's basically the pure version that doesn't explode when you throw it. In fact, it can't be thrown at all. So we're going to go over to alchemy, and we're actually going to have to research this one, because I don't have niter research. So as soon as I get this one fixed up, I'll show you all just how to make that. Oh, this one's actually really easy. There we we go, some niter. Alright, so now I'll do a little review and point out that the recipe for elementum is ignis, peritio, and potentia, and a little bit of coal. So to make niter, it's actually ignis, lux, and potentia, and a little bit of glowstone dust. So it is a clearly more pure version. What is this going on here? It looks like something else got into my thing. That's not good. That or they're starting to break down. Oh crap, I think they are starting to break down. Okay. Well, don't want that to happen, so we're gonna do something kind of bad. We're gonna shift right click that, and there we go. Yep. Oh goody, all that flux everywhere. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh well. Luckily, we have our excavation focus, so we can do this real quick. There we go. That got rid of all that flux, and we'll just whip out our excavation focus. Beautiful. I even like the sound effect that goes with it. Okay, so let's throw ourselves a bucket of water back in there. Let that get to a boil. Don't worry, it didn't absorb my bucket, it just kind of stuck up there. Okay, so in order to make this, now, it was 3 of each, and we know that these give you 2 apiece. So we're going to have to throw in 1, 2, 3, and then all 6 of my torches. And there we go, and then we can make 1, 2 niters. So there we go, we've got 2 golem animation cores, essentially. Now what I need to do is grab myself a few bricks, you know, smelted clay bricks, and craft them together. So I'm going to have to smelt up some clay. I will be right back as soon as that's finished. Alright, so we've got ourselves a couple of bricks. Now let's make ourselves a couple of blank golem animation cores. So it's going to take 4 bricks around one of the niters, and a little bit of fire and a little bit of ordo, so nothing too major. Alright, so 2 blank golem animation cores. Now, in order to incite these golem animation cores, a specific magic, what we need to do is using the cauldron again, crucible, excuse me. We need to throw in certain things to make it so. So we need terra and lucrum. Now, you can get terra from dirt, cobblestone, pretty much anything, really. We're going to use cobblestone for this effect. Now, actually, I think a pure terra is stone. So if you ever want to use a pure thing, which I kind of want to use a pure thing, that will mitigate any negative effects applied from having something impure in there, such as overflowing, breaking down, creation of flux, stuff like that. But the thing is that anything extra you leave in will do that anyways. So using something pure allows you to mitigate how much extra goes in there. And it's always good to have it to break things down. So for the thaumaturgy, for the gathering core, we need 5 terra and 5 lucrum. So we already discerned that this is 2 apiece, so 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to have a little extra, of course. Now, the only thing I know that has lucrum in it is gold. Perhaps as well diamonds, but I don't want to waste my diamonds. So we're going to go throw that in there. 2, was it 5 of each? Yep, 5 of each. So we're going to have to use all 3 gold ingots. Alright. So now we throw in a Golemancy core. And there we go, we have the golem core of gathering. So the next one we want to make is the golem core of harvesting. This one requires macis and meto. Now, I don't know of many things that have meto in them, but I know one thing is an iron hoe. Now, how much meto did I need? 5 meto, 5 macis. Okay, so we're going to need to throw in both iron hoes. There we go. We got 6 meto. And macis you can get from wheat crops, 2 and 2. So we're going to just throw in 3 of those, and there we go, 6 macis. So now we can toss in our animation core, and we have the animation core for gathering. Or for harvesting, excuse me. So now the last thing that we need to make is what's known as a Golemancer's bell, because if I attach these cores to those golems right now, they're just kind of going to go ape shit and not really know what to do. One will start tearing up crops, and the other one will pick something up and just kind of hold it. It wouldn't be very useful. So in order to make a Golemancer's bell, we need 4 bits of nether quartz and a stick. Simple enough. So let's grab all of that. I think I put all my nether quartz in my Thaumcraft chest. I did. 4, and I've already got a stick. It's already a thing here too, actually. Actually, this might require magic. Yeah, it does. Lovely thing about Thaumcraft, you have to infuse magic into everything. But that's okay. Not really a problem. Not for me, anyways. Okay, so the Golemancer's bow, which I must say, which looks much nicer in this texture pack than others I've seen, will allow us to control the golems and let them know where to go and what to do. Now we're also going to make ourselves a double chest. That way, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to set up these two golems. I'm going to sleep real quick. I'm going to be setting up these two golems to do automatic farming for me, essentially. This is how you get a little bit of automatic systeming done using golems. Now they can be used for so much more than farming. They can be mob hunters, they can be defenders, they can be alchemists for you, and they'll do proper mixing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a chest here. I'm going to tell this golem, right click him, and shift right click the chest. There we go. Now he knows that he's supposed to go to this chest. This one just knows where his home is, and that's all he's going to have to know. So we'll go ahead and give him the gather animation core. Oh, I'm sorry, I did the wrong one. Shift right click him, or no, right click him. Shift left click. There we go. Shift left clicking a golem will drop him off and give you your core back. So we're going to give him the harvesting core, which means that anything that I throw on the ground, he'll rush over to pick up, and he'll put into this chest. Right? Maybe? Oh, I remember what I did wrong now. Okay, hang on. Okay, what you're supposed to do when you set a wood golem that's supposed to be attached to a chest is you shift right click him, or no, you just right click him to the chest. Not shift right click, because that'll open the chest. So his home base is linked to the chest now. So we'll give him the gathering animation core, and now when I throw anything down, he'll search it out, pick it up, and throw it in the chest. And when I give him the harvesting core, anything nearby him in a rather large radius will get harvested and planted automatically. And this guy will pick everything up. Oh, see, it's not getting planted though. And that's the thing. I need to give him an upgrade to make him more, I believe, organized. Very simple to make the upgrades as well, and it doesn't cost too much. There we go. So now what this is going to do is whenever the golem of harvest goes to harvest, he will actually replant the seeds rather than just popping them all up. Okay, so we're going to give him the order upgrade, and you should see he's got that little upgrade on his belt now. Each of them have their own little upgrade slots. See, he's got a little tiny button right there in the middle of my reticle, and that's going to be his upgrade slot. Well, that's mature too. There we go. Okay. Now see that? When he harvested the wheat, he replanted it. So, I guess his range isn't too big. He must be only about... He went over to here, popped these up, and here. So this must be the equivalence of his range. So what we're going to do now, then, since we're playing with Golemancy, is we're going to give him some tiny spectacles. Pretty cool little things, just some glass and some iron. And these will allow him to see better and harvest more in a larger range. Now, I think the Golemancy core for gathering already has a large range. But for Shiggles, we're going to go ahead and give him that bigger range. So we're going to make 2 sets of spectacles. 2 bits of iron here. And 4 bits of glass. Here we go. I always have something, I just never know where it is. Okay. Or in what form, I should say. So there we go, tiny spectacles. And we'll throw that up there. There we go. Crafting with wands can be fun. So now these are going to increase the golem's range and allow them to do more farming for me. So throw those on him. Look at that. He looks adorable. Throw those on him. Perfect. Alright. You still not too up for farming, little buddy? Plant those there for him. There we go. There he goes. It takes a second to kick in. But see, he's going to go harvest all that stuff up there now. It could be that... Oh, I see. These guys avoid water. Huh. I didn't know that. See, before, in older Thaumcraft, the golems would just kind of happily run into the water and, you know, do their due. But these ones are smarter than that. That's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to craft... I'm sure some of the farmers that like to play Minecraft will recognize this little trick here. But I'm going to craft a this here and throw down some slabs on top of the water. That way nothing can fall in, but it can still hydrate the crops. This little guy's getting his job done. Alright, so that should keep them from dropping anything into any unnecessary places. Yeah, that'll work. It's not quite as pretty as it was, but not too bad either. So now anytime these plants are ready to harvest, this little guy's going to pick them for me, and this little guy's going to gather them for me and throw them into this big old chest here. Pretty cool stuff. So I think that's a good intro to Golemancy. Good coverage on what I wanted to start with. We'll do a little more Golemancy in the next video, and probably a little more on thaumaturgy as well. Actually, I think we might try to aim for doing a bit of a cleaner way of crafting stuff using this ugly crucible. We'll see what I can come up with. But thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or ideas about the golems, just hit me up on the comments, and I will be sure to check them out. Thank you all for watching, and you have a good day.